If getting more involved in your Community Media Center is on your 2012 to-do list, we'll show you a couple classes you won't want to miss.
There's been a lot of buzz about the new gear here at SCC. We'll take a look at the jib and field teleprompter kit and show you some great ways to use them in your next production. Another great tool for your production is some cold hard cash. Ted will fill you in on all the 2012 SCC grant information.
Stay tuned, Access SCC starts right now.
We've opened up the WBL Manitou Station phone lines. Call us now and tell us what you think. Is the era of radio over? Oh, looks like we got our first response. The go-ahead caller. Is radio doomed?
It's really nice to go scan through the channels and see something that you're familiar with and say, hey, I've been there, I've done that, and it's a good feeling to be part of that.
It's really about sharing what you know, what you love, what you're interested in with other people, and video is just a great medium to do that.
People will often say to me, well, I saw you on TV. And, you know, you're not a star, but nonetheless, I saw you on TV.
Allowing people, anybody, to create a television show and post it in their local community for other community members to watch. It's just a great resource, and I think a lot of people should really use it because it's so great.
I'm a member of the League of Women Voters, and every year when there's an election, we do candidate forums, and without SCC, we would not be able to get this word out to the community because they come and they cover all the candidate forums, and that's just a great service.
What's great about our community channel is that it does a stellar job in getting the community issues and community people involved, putting out, letting their community and other citizens know what's happening.
Here at SCC, we check out cameras every day. However, video is only one aspect of recording. Audio is a large component, and SCC has many different types of microphones and audio equipment available for your specific audio needs. Here are some examples. As you know, our DVX checkout cameras come with an attached shotgun microphone, but this isn't great for every situation. Here are some of your other options. This is a dynamic handheld microphone. It's great for a host speaking directly to a camera. The microphone will pick up better levels since it is right next to the speaker. It connects to the camera using an XLR cable. This microphone doesn't require any batteries. This is a wired lavalier microphone. They are commonly used in the studio here at SCC.
SCC has many talented producers that come through our doors. We recognize them annually at our SCC Excellence in Community Television Awards, and many of them also earn national recognition through P.E.G organizations like the Alliance for Community Media, NATOA, and even our regional Emmys. One such producer is Joe Carlini. Last year, Joe won a Student Emmy nomination for his short film Nigerian Kings, and he followed it up this year with 4 Emmy nominations. He is currently attending UW River Falls, where he's studying film and television, and he's here today to tell us a little bit about his projects and what it's like to be an Emmy-nominated producer.
Hi, I'm Joe Carlini, and I'm an SCC volunteer producer and 5-time regional Student Emmy filmmaker. I had 4 films nominated earlier this year, and one of them was Final Moments. It details a teenager who discovers he has late terminal cancer, and I felt that it is a sad ending, but I wanted to do something that was more real in nature and made you kind of, at the end of the film, make you reflect on your life and make you think, hey, life's not bad, and you have to really appreciate every moment you have because you never know what's gonna, when your time's gonna end.
It's interesting when you get the call that you have a few months to live. It puts an unbelievably cold chill in your spine.
Surprise!
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Access SCC.
Remember that our website has changed. From the RWSCC main page, You can find SCC Public Access under Local TV Suburban Community Channels.
You can find links to our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube right there on the website.
We'll see you next time.
To the 4th District Veterans of Foreign Wars Program. I'm your host, Dan Campanero, past District Commander and Senior Vice Commander of Post 1782 of White Bear Lake. We have a special show for you tonight. We are with the North Star Sled Dog Club, and we have 2 representatives, Sally O'Sullivan Bear and Joe Fessler. I'm not too acquainted with sled dog racing, so I'll be reading off a cheat sheet. When did the North Star Sled Dog Club start?
Right around the middle 60s in 1965. I believe that we were incorporated and then we got it.
Hey! Help! Someone help me!
Let's do this.
My house. Who let you in?
What did you do? What is that?
It's just juice for my dog, Bob.
But what about the bone?
It's his favorite toy. Here you go, Bob.
This, the forgotten disease, what is it exactly? Lemire syndrome?
Well, what it is, it's like a bacteria that exists in your throat.
Events that the Chamber has planned for the month of November.
Unable to speak, Mom enjoyed the rhythmic cadence of the fountain in the center of the pond, and I enjoyed a break from carrying on one-way conversations.
Hello and welcome to this May edition of Local Image.
But it's the mark she's helping others to make that will leave the biggest impression on the entire community.
Mary's been following my artistic career for a while. I'm familiar with her family and I'm friends with her son. We actually went to high school together. And last time I was back in the Twin Cities, she said, oh, we're building a new community center, event center in Venice Heights, and I think it could be a really great place for some public art. Do you want to come by and take a look at it?
And she came back with this great idea of doing this mural with all these pieces and have the community involved. And I thought it was very ambitious. And
How's
it going, buddy?
Good.
Tell us your group here.
I'm here at Doc's Landing, and we're ready to get really cold for the Special Olympics. It's awesome.
Okay, quick questions. Now, how long have you been training for this event?
About 5 minutes.
This Fab Lab is the first in the nation for K-12 and one of 42 in North America at all. The vision is to have a world-class engineering program, and we're doing that by empowering the students to be the future challenge and future problem solvers that we so desperately need.
So we want the patient to wear it, and this person would wear it. Good. You did well. Thanks.
From creating plaster casts to sewing leather orthotic shoes,
you're watching TV 19 Sports.
We've got quarterback Zach here. Zach, what an exciting game. You guys ended up coming out with the win. You were going into the second half down by 6.
3 new school records from 2 freshmen.
I'm going to be demanding. It's got to be loud. You got to get the midline.
Most of all, I like to get out there and skate and play because I used to play, but also to show guys who are injured more recently that, man, they can get up and do it too.
Oh, this is quite the point, folks. That's great stuff.
The block at the net, and that would give Tartan the victory, 3-2. We got more shooters coming, and Manifel comes up huge with the save, and North wins the game.
Out of the 50 to the 45, he cuts it back the other way to the 35, the 30. He could go all the way and does! Touchdown, Bears!
Take another look at that beautiful backhand.
Where's
top
Mama
shelf.
hide the cookies?
Top shelf, Tim. Final score 5-4, Hill Murray.
Defensive zone. Pass given away. Right in front, a shot and a goal!
She gave a senior a fake lottery ticket, and he was convinced he won $30,000, about to call his mom, and she finally told him that that wasn't really the case. She just had to get him back.
Each year, Century College selects a graduate that we consider to be exemplary.
Kendra Marie Engie, Associate in Arts.
High school brought our first football games, homecoming. Once again, we were little fish in a big pond.
Jeffrey Joe Hodges III.
For an old-time resident here, if you ever want to see Artie, come up to the gas house about 8:30.
SCC also offers a variety of local programming from and about our communities.
And I know where she'll be coming from. Listen, can you hear her on the track?
You can cover high school sporting events, community concerts, parades, and much more.
Do you think that's why they had cameras at the game last night?
Why, certainly.
The Maplewood Police Department, in partnership with its citizens, will work to solve problems relating to crime and the fear of crime, with an emphasis on meeting community needs. The Maplewood Police Department has grown since its days as a constable system in the 1950s.
St. Paul police officer David Longben joined the manhunt for Sergeant Bergeron's killers May 1st. As he covered a perimeter on St. Paul's east side, he encountered Jason Jones, changing his life forever.
But there were many more somber moments recalling that day when David Longben came face to face with a cop killer.
For a moment, we were like two deer in the headlight, frozen in time. I knew I needed to shoot. I think he knew he was going to get it. And the gun did not work.
The Ramsey County Sheriff's Department trains officers throughout the county in active shooter drills like this one at a local community center.
Spotlight on Maplewood. I'm your host, City Manager Jim Antonin. In 1993, Maplewood became one of the first cities in the nation to pass a bonding referendum to preserve open space. You can see what Ron Cockrell is up to.
The beauty of this property is that everything built up around it, and the county had purchased several pieces of property.
This month, Spotlight, we will focus on the City of Maplewood's energy conservation efforts.
Yeah, CO is odorless, colorless. It it goes through the natural ventilation of the house, quite a bit different than smoke or natural gas would. And it's they call it the silent killer for a reason. I mean, it's something that if you don't have CO detectors in your house, you're not going to know you're going to have an issue.
Jerome and Weber, who both graduated from Stillwater High and now live in North St. Paul, have started an apparel line called Just Kidding Clothing. The idea came to them while hanging out together late at night.
Hey, we should start a clothing company. And I didn't know what kind of clothing company we were going to start. He looks at me with that face of rejection, just like, no. And I go, Hodge, I'm just kidding.
And I thought about it a little bit, and I thought, no, dude, but seriously. Hence the just kidding, but seriously taglines.
Welcome to the August edition of Northeast Journal. I'm your host, Joe Cullen. But now the National Wildlife Federation is taking notice too. Here's the story.
If you're a bird or a butterfly in Oakdale, then Glenn Scuda's backyard is the place to be.
We're a therapeutic horseback riding and carriage driving program for people with special needs.
Joan Berg is the executive director of the River Valley Riders and owns many of the horses that are used for the therapy.
Why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about your career on the police department? How long have you been on White Bear Lakes Department?
Well, I've been with the White Bear Police Department since 1997. I started as a volunteer police reserve officer.
The county has a new emergency notification system. We recently visited with Fire Chief Jeff Anderson to learn more about Code Red.
Code Red is a automated emergency warning system that allows the city officials or public safety officials to get emergency notification or warning out to citizens.
Here's this month's business.
If you love to jump on trampolines, then the newly opened Sky Zone Indoor Trampoline Park in Oakdale will have you jumping for joy.
Carp, the world's most commonly eaten freshwater table fish. This invasive species isn't really good for Minnesota lakes.
Good evening. My name is Ron Anderson, and I'm the new president here at Century College.
Second largest economy of the world, and China is growing very, very rapidly right now.
Many of us are familiar with Keller Lake. Our families take us here to fish and to have picnics.
We love coming here.
This is the tree stone of Alexander Roberger. This is at Forest Lawn Cemetery in Maplewood on Edgerton.
As a trained historian, it's one of those things that sort of troubles me. Gangsters, by the nature of who they were and what they did, didn't leave a lot of records, didn't leave a lot of information, didn't leave a lot of photos.
Yes, this is a fundraiser. This is a first in the barn.
Love and care for this farm. It could last for centuries.
Good morning. I am Ted Lilly, state senator from 11 neighboring communities from Woodbury to Stillwater.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Commission members. A couple quick things. First of all, following up from your previous meeting, you, of course, in July had approved the 2012 budget.
Many of my deputies and staff of all the places they've to choose to live in Ramsey County, they've chosen White Bear Township, so that means you have something special going on here.
No kidding. So you mean I can get all this information by watching Channel 16 at my own home?
You better believe it, and they've got all their shows on their website too. That's gtn.org.
Wow, I should go check out Channel 16 right away.
Hey, what are you guys doing over there? Government Television Network. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/GTN16.
162 law enforcement officers were killed nationwide, including Maplewood Sergeant Joe Bergeron and Deputy Chris Dewey. Hello everyone, I'm Sergeant Tim Florith of Maplewood Police Department, asking for your participation to make a difference. This year, I'll be participating with 22 officers and survivors in the annual Law Enforcement United Bicycle Ride. For more information, visit lawenforcementunited.org.
The City of White Bear Lake hopes it can turn a humble 1955 house into a remodeling showcase.
My name is Brian Belisle. I'm a White Bear Lake City Council member and the chairperson of the Housing and Redevelopment Authority.